Hey everyone, Alan Walker here. I want to talk a little bit about the use cases for wholesalers when it comes to voice AI. And what I mean by that is most people have thought of like the first use case, which is like a lead manager, right? So that can qualify leads, book appointments. That's super, super useful on its own. But there are other use cases for voice AI in a wholesaling company. And often what I'm thinking about is there's a lot of like onesie, twosie wholesalers out there, right? Because I am a solo flipper, I'm a solo agent, I'm a solo wholesaler. So like I'm always thinking of like I want to look like the big guys, but I don't want to actually like have that much infrastructure in my company, right? So how can I use voice AI to do that? So I have voice AI calling my leads, finding out if there's people that are interested in either in selling their home, so I can use that home as a flip. But some of the other things that you can also use it for are you could have a virtual receptionist, right? So this could be somebody that is a voice AI that's picking up the phone anytime someone calls in the number that you put on your postcards, and it can answer their questions, it can qualify the leads, it can book appointments with them, right? So you've got a 24/7 person that's answering your phones for you, right? So you never have to worry about missing a call. Now, what about investor relations, right? So a lot of us are trying to build up our buyers list and we want to know more than just their email address. Like we want to know a little bit more about like what's their buy box, what is it that they are looking for ROI wise. We might want some of that information. Well, what if you had a number that investors could call, or you could have it on your site and say, hey, if you're interested in joining our buyers list, call this number. And voice AI picks up, it has a conversation with the investor, it collects their information, right? So it gets their name, their phone number, their email, it gets maybe some qualifying questions around their buy box. It stores all of that in your CRM and you don't ever have to worry about it, right? So like you've got now another employee that is sitting there waiting by the phone for any investor to call. Now, one of the most important things when it comes to wholesaling is dispositions, right? And there's always information that needs to be given out around dispositions. So it could be, just information about what the house is, how much is it going for, when is the walkthrough, probably the most important for a lot of people. So, instead of bogging down an in-person or real life human with all of that information, you can just put this into voice AI and have it either. So it can do one of two things, right? It could call your buyers list and it could tell them that there's this new deal and ask them if they want it, right? Think about how much more effective that is than, ooh, look, thumbs up. um, Ask them how much more effective that is than actually sending out an email blast, right? Because like you could control who it gets calls, and then also you could have an inbound number, so you can tell your buyers, hey, anytime you're interested in knowing what deals we have, you don't have to worry about like going to the website. Just call this number and it will tell you all of the properties that we have. So that's four different use cases inside a wholesaler business that you could have virtual employees working for you. Now, virtual employees, not virtual assistants. These are AI employees that are working for you in these very distinct ways inside your wholesaling business so that you could scale and still keep your human labor costs really low. So I'm going to be following this video up with an example call of each of these different use cases so you can see what it actually could look like in your business if you were using voice AI to manage a lot of these different pieces of the business for you. Thanks.